we are. Welcome, travellers, to Geek Pride's first... That's not our first D&D, because we did one with you, Ben, didn't we? What did we do? The...
Call of Cthulhu.
No, we did the other one. What was that, like, the really bastardly hard D&D game we played?
The Tomb of Horrors.
The Tomb of Horrors, yes. We did the Tomb of Horrors, and we died many times.
It was brutal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, this is... my dog has decided to join me, my bear dog. So, thanks for that, Buzz. Awesome. So yes, welcome. This is our, first proper sort of live stream for D&D in a while. Hopefully looks a bit more professional than it did last time. So yeah, with me tonight, I'll introduce our travellers. So we've got Daniel Delargy as Kijo Ugrisi.
Totally trustworthy and won't nick anything at all.
He's a rogue. We have Ben Fee actually playing a game instead of DMing it for once. He is our fighter, Thyrid Steelguard.
I'm a dwarf by Moladin's hammer.
We have Peter Ray Allison as Athesta Tamble, who is a fire wizard with a bit of time magic going on.
Fireball for the win.
Yeah. And we've got Mark Canty as Denarian, Leo Bella, our resident bard and rockstar.
I promise that I am a lot more charming in person.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go on with the story and how sort of this is. Now, I'm going to caveat this. One, there's probably going to be my pain in the ass dog has decided to perch himself here, right beside the Ethernet cable. So if things suddenly go wrong, it's because that shithead move. Secondly, I haven't done D&D in very, very long time. I've done one Dungeon Master session with some friends, and it's the first time. So there's going to be rules mistakes. There's going to be a lot of kiboshing stuff and literally just going with the flow and making things up as I go along. But hopefully, you'll enjoy it. Hopefully, they'll enjoy it, and we'll have something interesting in the end. So right, okay, I will give you your intro, and then we'll move on. So, strange things are afoot in the southern reaches of Belmore. Rumours of things that were once just old wives' tales are starting to percolate their way through the lines of battle. An already strained alliance is becoming more stretched by the day as bandits, traitors and beasts take their advantage of the disarray the corruption has brought to raid supply lines, towns and villages. The war to push back the corruption can only succeed if these lines of communication, supply are made safe. Now, you are in a land called Freya. I'm quite impressed with this map, by the way, because I did it myself. So this is Freya. A map of my own design. You are going to be, if I can do this right, you will be down here. Okay. Now I do have another map. Now this is the corruption. This is basically an evil force that is spreading through the land. That's come up from the southeast, a la Lord of the Rings, and sort of like pushing inwards and corrupting the land. You are here. So this here is the Morning Star, the bastion of the Morning Star, and you're literally on the front line with the war, with the corruption. You are all soldiers. You fought in many battles against the corruption, and have lost many friends, many comrades. I've got a little bit of a story thing here. So, One of your company is talking. Our company was in the front line when the corruption attacked the cities of the south. We all therefore had witnessed the evil has wrought upon the lands of the south. Many comrades fell, others were corrupted and had to be slain, yet the fortunate six, us, he gestures around us, always seemed to come away unscathed. As it by magic, luck, or gifts of the gods, every time we engaged the enemy, salvation was always there to hand. We returned from our last tour in the south and some well-earned rest. We were tired, as most soldiers are in such times, but we swore an oath to protect this land, and sitting on our laurels as others died in our stead seemed dishonourable. Therefore, we petitioned Guard Captain Girk to let us... For those who don't understand, it's an in-joke. So, petition Guard Captain Girk to let us at least patrol the surrounding area in a bid to eradicate some of the vermin harrying our alliance's supply lines. So that's why we're here in Waterside. We stumbled across a large bandit camp just north of Waterside Watch. Right, so we're gonna now move you on to Battle!
What?
Battle! Right, first thing, I'm using dynamic light in this. If it's a pain in the ass, if it becomes too unwieldy, and you're just like, fuck this shit, then let me know, and I'll just turn it off and do the normal thing. But in theory, you can move your guys around, and you can see stuff.
Okay, cool.
Depending on how you are, but dynamic lighting can be slightly laggy and buggy, so if it's becoming problematic, then please let me know, and we will sort that out for you. So yes, you're basically walking along, doing your normal patrol, as you've done for the last week. You come across an opening in a forest that leads past basically three rocky outcrops with two passages through it, ones that you've probably been through numerous times before. Suddenly though, from over here, and I will point it out, if you can see that.
Oh, the red X.
Yeah, the red X. A body just falls off the cliff, dead.
Whoa.
So literally just comes off the cliff, splat, dead on the ground, and then all hell breaks loose. And then you got to roll for initiative.
Oh, shine a light.
How much of the map should we be able to see?
You should only see little black splodges.
It's in between it.
I mean, I can see like 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Yeah, you should only see a few people sort of around.
Oh, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy... What? Okay, cool.
Let me get this thing here. Where's the...
I rolled a 12 for initiative.
Okay. That's the...
Boom.
Okay, right.
Right, initiative... I'll... Let's see, your initiative...
Oh, 21.
Nice, okay.
It's going to be interesting because I cannot see the map at all, actually.
Okay, just bear with me.
Is it black
I
for
find out
you?
how to roll initiative.
Oh, I know what's happened here with you, Mr. Delargy. Where's your character? You are... If I can find you. You're not on your right thing. Kiju. You are Kiju. I'll find you here. Kiju. Go do that. Find your HP, which is over here. Yeah, and your AC, which is here. Okay, and you should have sight.
Yeah, this is a lot more than I was able to see before.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, my apologies. Yeah,
No
you
worries.
should have sight now.
I'm just trying to remember how to do it. How to use D20, how to use, roll 20. So don't mind me in the corner.
Right. Okay. So
Well, would you
What's
mind just describing? Sorry, go on. Go on.
Basically, what's happened is you've walked into an ambush, but before you were surprised, a body has literally just fallen off the cliff and alerted you to the presence of these bandits in front of you. So let me roll initiative on these guys here.
Is the body dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Is it? Do we recognise like the arm, or is it one of our comrades?
At the time, at this moment in time, because it's so happening, you have no real time to sort of think about who's attacking. You've literally just walked into. You've just literally walked into a clearing, and a body. You've literally, you've walked in. A body's just fallen down, and arrows and stuff are starting to fly past you at this moment in time.
Oh damn! Okay.
Can I just say, if that was one of the bandits that fell, these are really bad bandits that just felt.
He just tripped over the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys. My bad.
What I'm going to do is for initiative, because there's like multiples of them. I'm just going to roll initiative because it's going to be kind of like groups of them and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so ascending and descending. Okay, so Durnian, you're first, sir. It's up to you. Like I said, if the dynamic light becomes a massive pain in the ass, let me know, and what I'll do is I'll just put the old school fog of war on, and I'll just open it up that way and stuff. But
Okay.
Do you consider talking to one another to be a free action? Are we
Yeah,
okay
I
to
would
talk
say
to an extent, obviously.
basically in this case, combat isn't a massive thing. This is going to be more investigation. So I have no problem with it. If we do a campaign, then maybe if you're not within certain ranges and stuff, it might be an issue. But
Sure.
for now, and because you're all standing beside each other, then
Okay, so in theory, that means that I could do bardic inspiration on the fighter to make sure that, because I'm obviously quite low strength and everything, so the direct attack's not great. But if I start off by sort of pumping up the fighter,
yep.
Or
That sounds like
I
it.
could just fire a fireball at them.
not your turn yet.
Bear in mind, your fireball if you use it, you've only got a certain amount of slots, and if you use them, you
Yeah.
have to rest before you can use them again. You've got cantrips, which are ones you can use all the time, but your big fireballs and those spells, you've only got certain amount of slots, so you can
Okay.
use it up to level 4 if you want, or 3 or 2 or 1. But once those slots are gone, you can't use it.
Fair enough.
Could you describe the people who can see? Because I can see that there's two different types of people who can see, but I can't really make them out very well. There's
Can
like
I
a
just
yak kind of creature.
You've basically got what? Give me a perception check, and then I'll tell you if you kind of recognize them and stuff or not.
Matt, question: why am I not on the turn order? Because I rolled a 21 for initiative.
Ooh,
Did you?
It's in the chat.
Because it's in the
Yeah.
chat.
Press on your character again and press initiative. Roll again.
Press
I
initiative.
did, and it rolled it in the chat.
Don't worry, I'll just stick you first,
Alright.
Ron. Sorry, don't worry about it. I'll stick you on.
No worries. I just said like, whereabouts did everyone else click to get it in the turn order?
I just clicked on the initiative on the character sheet after looking it up in help.
Don't worry, we'll know you're going first, so it's alright. Don't worry about it.
No worries.
Give us a roll for perception then. See if you can recognize any of what's going on.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we all roll?
Yep. You can all roll.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Well, very. Mark is definitely very perceptive. Dan doesn't know what's going on.
No, that was performance.
Okay.
I had 16.
Okay, yeah, you're very aware, but between us, you're very aware.
21, son.
Basically, what you've got
23.
here is
I mine binoculars with my hands.
Is that a hammer? Close enough.
yeah, he's sitting there kind of going like this. What's going
And
on?
somehow it does get a 16. So, but yeah, just kind of like I can see something.
So basically, what you've seen is it's armor like yours, insignias like yours. You've got effectively traders, turncoats, and a mixture of bandits. in front of you. These are obviously guys who've fled the battlefield from previous battles and are set up camp around here, and they're the ones that you need to basically sort out. Bandits, traitors, and turncoats.
Housekeeping.
Okay, so
We're clearing up the rest.
Daniel, you're first then, sir. By the way, this this combat is just a sort of, because we all haven't done combat in a while, bar obviously Ben. It's just something to sort of eke people into it, so it's not super important. It's just to get used to sort of how things work and stuff. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do first, standard roguish shit, is I've seen people to the south. Obviously, yeah, I'd probably go for the people in the south because I know there's a body up there, but I don't imagine with this. Well, you haven't said that we've seen anyone above, so what I'd do is head down to the shrubbery and throw myself into stealth. Just try and dive into the bush.
It's very heroic of you.
Yeah, and
Let's hope it's not honeybush.
you've just. I'm a rogue. It's what I do. Gonna throw myself into stealth. And
Mike Orvis says I'm coming in to say hello to Ben. I'm Ben only. I love you. I miss you.
and then
Thanks, Mike.
fire
I love you too, I guess.
available. Fire at the closest one with a short bow.
Okay. So you have. That's your short bow. Who are you shooting at?
The one closest to me, so just sort of like in the direct diagonal.
Let me see. Are you talking about?
Nuts.
Where's the measuring thing?
We can click and hold on a spot, and it creates a little ping like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this guy.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
Here. So you're
This
getting this guy
guy.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and you rolled a 12.
Well,
And
so I don't know if.
His armor cross is equal to or over, isn't it, for a hit?
Well,
Yeah.
stealth. I threw myself into stealth to see if I could get advantage because that's how I get sneak attack.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm hidden or not.
Let's say. Well, the 12. We'll say you are. Why not? Why
Okay.
not? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
There you go.
Close enough.
Okay.
That's definitely a. That's definitely a hit. You're gonna roll for damage then. So 7.
21.
20. Yeah, that guy.
That's
That guy just literally. That guy's dead. He is very,
Rogue
very,
man.
very dead.
Rogues.
So he falls off. Or you can have that, that film sort of. That,
The Wilhelm
Wilhelm
scream.
Wilhelm scream.
yeah,
Yep.
the film screen. One of those. So he's dead. Up next, Durnian, you're up, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to Bardic Inspire the fighter,
Thank you very much.
which gives him a d6 to play around with. Does that leave me with any actions? So I'm losing track a little bit at the moment. Sorry. So
You can
Could-
use you get multiple actions depending on your
type.
level. Yeah, I think you do. You get a second action.
It depends on the kind of action Bardic Inspiration is. If
I
it's
think
a,
Bonus
it's
action?
a bonus action. It is a
Yeah.
bonus action, so you can do a normal action and a move.
So the normal action would be to use your general attack.
okay, so how do I measure the distance? That was a click and drag, wasn't it?
There's a you says snap to. You've basically in the little bar on your left hand side. There's like a little.
Yep.
It looks like a circle with a ruler coming out of it.
There. Okay, so that's 85 feet. There's no chance whatsoever I can run 50 feet, so I can actually hit them with a dancing sword, is there?
No, you can run with an action, but unless you've got a second action to do an attack, so you can do 60 feet, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but unless you've got a section action to do anything. But you'd probably need an action to get up that cliff as well.
Yeah, true. Well, the singing sword can be thrown 30 feet.
Ah, yes, okay.
It's a remote weapon, and it does its thing using your stats to attack them. But I don't know I can quite get that far.
You can also hold your action, so you can use your movement to get as close as you can, and then say you're holding your attack, whether or not you want to hold it to throw or hold to slash in melee.
Okay. That's cool.
It's sort of like, yeah, you hold your action, and it's dependent on what NPCs do.
Okay, let's give that a try then, shall we? So
Mages can do that with spells, but if sort of like the necessary triggers don't happen, they still lose a spell slot.
yeah.
But yeah, holding actions, fun.
So I can move effectively to there, yep. If I run. Right, so that's me run, and I'll hold my attack. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
I see the bard. It's interesting. Fog of War also affects allies. Did not know that. So the bard just pops into view next to me.
I think so, because I've done a bonus action, I've done a run, and I've held my attack.
Okay, Festa's going to head towards the nearest woods, find a decent tree to hide behind, and then let loose with a firebolt, if that's okay.
A firebolt or a fireball? Are you using one
Bolt.
of your cantrip bolt? Yeah.
No, firebolt. Just using cantrip for now.
Yeah.
I'll save the fun stuff for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, actually, I think this is a suck. I can't really make out the text. A second, just bear with me. But yeah, okay.
Well, I'm gonna say I think an 18 hits.
Yep, that very much. How much damage to do? Oh, I've got to do a dexterity save, don't I? Who are you shooting at, sorry?
No, firebolt should be. Oh,
It's usually either or. It's usually either an attack roll or a save. So
Okay,
firebolt
no
if you hit it.
Yep, cool, he's hit. So how much damage does it do?
2d10.
Nice.
you can click on
Yeah, click on firebolt, and I think it will...
Right.
in the chat thing. Yeah. What happened? No. In the chat thing, go to your roll and then click on firebolt itself.
Okay.
So
Okay, I've actually done that. I've clicked on firebolt.
no, you've like basically rolled to attack again.
Right. Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. So.
So either or, just click on the firebolt, and it should calculate the damage automatically.
I've just done it for you. 14 damage. 14 fire damage. Okay, so... which guy were you shooting at there, Pete?
One at the top.
This one here?
Yeah.
This one?
Sorry. Yes. Just say, I'll say yes for the moment on the grounds that I'm having trouble with the screen. But yes.
Okay. So 14 fire damage. He is also dead. So he literally just fries. Firebolt. Dead. Right. It's now my turn. So these guys are very. They're going to move. 1, 2, 3. Let me just check. And they're not gonna do any shooting. Oh, I forgot about you. No, actually, that's after. There's Oh yeah, well that's why I'm confused now because there's multiple initiatives in here. I'm not sure which one's going on. So yeah, okay, sorry. It's them and then it's Steel Guard afterwards. So these guys will move down here. There we go. They've moved. What else? They're not going to do anything else. They're just running down. Steel Guard, your go.
Okay. So, the body falls down. Oomph. Oh, get right, lads. Here's what we're gonna... Wait, lads, come back! I'm running. And I'm just gonna... And, bomb rush it for this copse over here. Try and get maybe like halfway through. Just to the other edge, so I'm still behind some trees, still got a bit of cover. But,
Yeah, just in front of me. You become the protective guard. Thank you.
I'll be your shield, your
Thank you.
dwarven shield. I'm gonna pop over like
That
here,
would suck.
so yeah. So I'm still in the trees, still got a bit of cover, but I can sort of dash for the cliff next turn. My plan is to try and climb that goddamn cliff next turn. So good.
I was going to say, you're stuttering slightly there. Have you got anything downloaded in the background, Ben?
Not that I want to share with yourself.
Right. Okay. Then it's now the archer's turn, and she has like all the range. So, you're going to be in cover. You're all in cover. Can she see? No, she cannot see. She can see though. Okay. She's going to fire at you, Durnian. And she.
Oof.
What ho?
It's gonna hurt.
Only if it hits.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Bad feeling.
But I got a bad feeling about this.
Is that the accent you're going to use for your character?
It is actually quite tempting because it could be quite funny trying to be charming.
She feels. She doesn't have the advantage because the. Oh, she does. She fluffs it. She fails miserably, but she gets a second shot.
I stared at her and I winked and she got distracted.
Her second shot is a fail as well.
Ooh.
So she is the worst archer that ever did live. So there you go. She can't do anything. The others can't see you. So that's it. We are on to the bandits. They're actually not in range. They're out of not minute range. They're out of range. They're like you very much. Back off.
There are certain advantages to running at the enemy. Honest.
It's not called cheesing it, I swear.
It's aggressively pursuing the enemy and twatting them.
Okay. That's
80.
that. Okay.
80?
All the rounds have gone. Suddenly, again, just out of nowhere, another body falls from the same outcrop of hills, or the rocky outcrop over here, and we got another bandit just drops dead for no apparent reason.
Okay, so we got backup. Okay.
Ah.
The enemy of my enemy is not always my
Hopefully
friend.
back up. Hopefully back up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and we're back to beginning. So,
Right.
do you
Clear
roll
down?
Ben? Do we roll each turn, or do you roll? Do you just carry on with the same?
Initiative, carry on.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
carry on.
I also
It's
I
you
also
now,
figured it.
Daniel.
I also figured out why the initiative didn't go, because it apparently says on the Roll20 chat, you wanted to send this result of the roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Right.
Oops.
Select yourself first. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Okay,
Head
so
catch.
I've got a minimum or maximum rather range of 80, but I want to move up. So if I move, shoot, how do you do? If I move here, I'm assuming it'll give me a better line of sight of these guys.
Well, yeah, because it'll move that tree out of the way.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just. Oh, no, I actually want to move. Yeah, there. Throw myself again into stealth. Ooh, I'm dodge rolling into this bush. 26.
Wow. Yeah, you're definitely being stealthy there.
Even the rest of us don't know where you are.
Yeah.
You don't even hear the bushes move as I come in behind you.
Matt doesn't know where you are, and he's a DM.
So I'm going to go for this guy here, if you can see the waves I'm making.
Yeah.
Okay, so just open up the character sheet again and shot bow. 18, because it's advantage.
Okay,
That's
you're on
6.
advantage. Yeah. Who are you shooting at again? Sorry.
Hold on, let me just.
Above Ben's.
Yep.
So that one.
Okay, roll damage then.
23.
Yeah, and that's another.
If the dwarf had said it, because it starts so low.
Wow. Okay. Let's go with this.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. So what do I need to do to get up the cliff? So that's kind of a whole action to Scott.
You're in leather armor, so it's going to be a lot easier, I think, for you to get up the cliff than it would be for, say, a fully plated dwarf. So,
Longer arms, too.
I've got a special thing that helps me do things like this.
oh, what's that called?
It's called speed.
Okay.
Not like that. Or the woodshed.
I'll give you. Just give me a dexterity. Would it be acrobatics or would it be dexterity?
To get up the cliff, it would be an athletics check. It'd be a
That's
climb
cool.
check.
Yeah. Okay. Athletics. Then give us one of those.
So don't forget, I get half my proficiency bonus because of Jack of all trades as well.
Nice.
Huh?
Oh, nat 20.
Whoa.
Don't-
So I literally.
You literally parkour up that fucking cliff.
Get in.
You
Okay,
literally from
okay.
one rock to another. You don't even use your hands. You're just up on top of the cliff.
Joing. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, so I'm on the cliff. I might have scrolled out a little tiny bit too far there, because I couldn't actually see any of the map. It was about 3 inches across. Okay, so I can't see anyone on the cliff.
There should be one person there. I think. Let me just sort of.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so let's check the distance.
Well, that would be your turn. Would be the
Because you've used the action to get up the cliff.
climb action.
Didn't I hold over my attack? Or does that
No.
mean- Oh, that's
It
just
doesn't
the same turn.
hold over from turn to turn.
Okay, let's go. It's worth a try, wasn't it?
Ah,
I mean, you're up there. You've got high ground.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate my power.
Yeah, Anakin, go for it. You got some sand in your jaw toppers again.
Okay.
Don't piss off the DM. He'll put in a dragon.
Athesta, your turn,
That's
sir.
it. Okay then. Well, I can't see anyone else at the moment, so I'm going to sneak up. Leg it over to these here.
You can see. You're there.
Action, you can ask if anyone sees them, and I can see a couple.
And you
Okay.
the group of 4, couldn't you?
That is very tempting.
Left a
That
bit,
is
right a bit,
incredibly-
do it.
Kill it.
that's all I have.
If you want to be nice,
Yeah.
there's stuff to the south. 3, 4.
Well, there's foot. Well, these are nice and here, and the
Fair enough.
so yeah, it's So just click on fireball. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Space that only a fireball could love, huh?
So input value level 3. Submit.
Ooh.
Broke it.
Why did you do a dexterity save?
No, that's giving you the DC for your people's
Th-
DC save.
that-
Okay.
That's what you need to roll over to set it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, or they're all dead, pretty much, aren't
Yep.
they? Okay, so let us do a save on them then.
How is your DC only 10?
I was going to say that as well.
Ask the man who rolled up characters.
Say that again, sorry?
How is Pete's DC saving throw only 10?
No
He's
idea.
supposed to. I think he's. I know his int apparently is 2. I'm just guessing that because he adds that to his initiative apparently.
Any sort of errors and stuff we can sort of start out. Like I said, this combat is the characters and stuff, because I am very noobish when it comes to all of this. We can sort of figure it out afterwards.
No worries. Yeah.
For the time being, I don't think you're going to have any major issues. So it's just.
I think it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your modifier.
See, it should. I thought it automatically did it because the way the way the sheet does, it's meant to sort of kind of just pull everything together. So
Yeah.
why it's not doing that, I am not 100% sure.
Yeah, it should.
Right. Okay. So Ben, I used one of your macros and it said saving throw. It says hashtag saving throw, but
Let's not blame me for the crap macros.
it just says hashtag saving throw.
Go on to the bloody character sheet then and just press the saving throw. Gee, gods.
Okay. I need a dexterity die.
Uh, Six. Wow.
He feels miserably. So we'll do it for the other fellas as well. 18. He's all right. So he takes half damage, does it? Is it half
Yeah,
damage
yes.
for you?
Yeah, that's about 14, isn't it?
It is.
He's dead anyway. So he feels. And the fourth guy. He passes but still dies because of the sheer volume of the fieriness. So basically, you've basically flambéed every single one of the guards. They're dead. Guards are dead.
Brilliant.
Crispy!
Okay, so that is Thesta. It is you now, Steel Guard.
Excellent. So I can't really make out those three coming from the south, past the cliff. I don't think.
I mean, free action. I could tell you that because I've got a clear eye on their position.
Okay, yeah, I'll go on. Hey, can you see anybody coming up from the south there?
I don't know what accent that was, but yeah,
Oh,
sure, we'll roll with
It's
it.
in character. Whatever the
Amazing.
accent was, trust me, it's in character. It's a fake dwarven accent. So yes,
Three boogers coming at 12. 9. No, wait, hold on.
6.
Like, I can't read a clock.
I'll take that as a yes. So I'm going to
Don't
run
think
down.
intelligence is my strong suit.
Oh, it isn't mine either. This is going to be a fun team. I'm going to run down here 50 feet, which is my maximum move.
Yep.
I am slow. Where can I get to? I can get to about there-ish. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to run down shouting, "I'm Moradin's hammer!" There we go. And there.
Just don't even. Come on.
Just standing in front. It's just standing in front of them now.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Are you holding an action or?
Me? That was my full move. That was my
Oh.
dash.
But you dashed.
Right. These guys are not going to be able to do anything to 20 without any 20 It's like or something. I think isn't it?
It's redonkulous.
Yeah. So they move up. Let's just check. They move up, and then they're each going to have a swing at you. Then.
Varden, you're right. They don't know the flanking maneuver. They're just all running at you in a line.
Yeah. Well, they're in formation. They're basically soldiers, so hence their line formation. So they're going to hit you with the halberds, which to be honest, reaches 10 foot. So I didn't even need to go for the full thing. But there you go. We'll just do it anyway. Why not?
You guys are just charging in for extra effect.
Just charging in for extra effect. Nope. That's a miss. That's definitely a miss.
Oh.
And this guy, so lucky. That 20 was so close, but no, he misses as
I had
well.
to actually dodge that one.
Yeah.
Just let it hit me. Ding, ding, ding.
Clinks off
hey.
your arm.
Oh.
Activate.
Okay, it's now my archers. And she is going to. I will say you're engaged there, so I'm not going to shoot at you with that. She is too close for her longbow. So she's going to move forward and hit the nearest.
Does anyone have eyes on Denarian? I can't see him from my angle, so I can't. All I can hear are if he screams in pain. That's going to be the only indicator that there's something going
Short
wrong.
sword
in that
is
direction.
11, which is a miss. Okay. No, these guys suck balls. And let's just see. I forgot where
These
is.
guys deserve because everyone used to laugh at them.
Yeah, yeah, really not doing themselves any justice. This one here, seen that you flambéed her mates and is going to shoot at you, Pete, with her bow.
What have I done to her?
You killed 4 of her friends, and
Her friends, not
one of
her.
which was her brother, Steve.
Oh my god.
He gets 2 shots.
I'm hiding in the woods as well. That helps.
Mm,
Probably
Not-
not.
don't
that
think
well.
against that 22, but that longbow, second one, 14, mate.
You are. What's your AC there?
My AC is 12.
Yeah.
Oh,
both
didn't you-
hits.
Don't you have mage armor? Oh, mage armor. Yeah, don't you have mage armor up?
He has
Not
to put
yet.
it on. Have you put it on? Have you added your mage armor?
Nope, I haven't actually.
Well, then it hits. You've got hit twice with
Okay.
arrows. What's the score of cover? By the way, is it?
Cover adds to your AC.
Right.
The kind of cover you're looking at.
So it's soft
Woods.
cover. I would say half cover. Would it be half cover?
To cover in the 5th edition, half cover gets +2 AC, so
Ooh.
it'd still be a.
Yep. So it's still two hits then. So she's clobbered you with 2 hits.
Jet dang, yeah.
Damage. That is 6. Again. Why is it only giving me 1? I thought it was like plus. So it's basically 12 piercing damage.
Okay.
So you are.
Crush.
You are
Wait.
down to
14.
14.
Yep.
Oh. Ah.
Okay. Now
Did the shot come from this one?
the shot came from the one in the corner opposite him. So it's like literally. If we can do. There.
That right.
Jeez.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I can't see him. I can't help you at all. So,
can get-
sorry.
I'll get it. Don't worry. Oh, she's mine. Just leave it to me.
How the hell did she see you? Jeez, that's a hell of a distance.
Because she's got a longbow and it's like 300 feet.
Yeah, but isn't there a cliff in the way? Or
No,
She's on a
'cause
cliff.
She's on the cliff.
She's up.
oh,
Yeah.
that's helpful.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
on the cliff.
Oh yeah, this is like an up. All these little the raised areas, aren't they? They aren't like pits.
Yeah, the
they're
raised
all, like-
areas.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's up above, and seen you and went, "You killed my friends! You killed my brother!" And
He killed my suit.
Wow.
Where is she from?
Yeah. I don't know. You're going to hear some really, really bad accents coming on later on, by the way. Just so you be warned, there's going to be some terrible. There might even be a ye old sort of prospector called Steve. So
Amazing. Oh, thank God.
okay, so that's them done. We're now back again just before you start your next round. The archer in front of Denarian suddenly just drops dead.
That was a bit easier than I expected.
Yeah, just dies.
Sounds like it's going well over there.
You know, you just sort of, you know, being quite, cock sort of large. You're like, totes. That's just what happens. You know, motherfucker. You know, you charged up there and she dropped dead at your good looks and whatever.
Only because she not hit me, but she dropped dead.
Yeah, pretty much. So she dropped dead. Okay, and then also you hear this, which is obviously reinforcements are on their way.
For us or for
Who
them?
for? Also them.
Say it again.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
who's the reinforcements for? Us or them?
Well, you'll find out soon, won't you?
Yay!
Okay.
So it is now your turn.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna move down.
I just realised I had battle music I could have played. The feature mellow key.
Yeah. I'm going to. I think Thad's got this. Thad's got it. So I'm going to go for the person on the top. Does it look like they're armed, or what do they have?
They've got a scimitar and a crossbow, but they can't do anything because you're too close at the minute. So they're a bit sort of because you foiled their ambush. They didn't get the shots off initially. So.
But that at 70's the archer.
Yep.
Right, I know that they fire 2 per round, so I'm going to go for this one. Let's throw myself into stealth again, because it's pretty much... Dodge roll!
Yep, you're definitely stealthy.
And... Oh, nat 20!
Ooh, horrible.
So how do you deal with crits? Is it double the damage, or...
She doesn't have much...
I'm going to say...
She doesn't-
okay, yeah. So that is...
Ludicrous
30.
hits.
30.
You shoot your arrow in a very flamboyant way. It arches up and comes down and smacks her straight in the head. She drops dead.
I was intending to do it non-lethal, but given that it was a critical, I think.
What? Oh, you can't non-lethal with ranged either.
No,
It's only with melee.
okay.
How would you, like... I knocked her out with my arrow.
Okay. Athesta.
Third, we need to take one alive. And then I'm going to end my turn.
Athesta Temple. You're
Now you tell me you have to fling a fireball at them. Okay. So is that archer still up and pointing arrows at me?
Isn't it Dernian?
You will. If she hits you twice again, you're going to be going down.
Isn't
Okay.
it the bards?
So you need
But-
to take her out.
Yeah. Okay. I am. I'm going to let loose with another firebolt. Bolt, not ball.
Okay.
Basically, like get behind a decent tree trunk and say, right, okay, is it my turn? Okay.
I think it's the bard's turn, actually.
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. I apologise.
Oh,
No
yeah,
worries.
sorry, I forgot Denarian. Yeah, my apologies. That was no, it's my mistake. It's my fault. Forgetting you
worries.
again, Mark.
Best story of my life.
Yeah.
So, I can't- Matt always forgets me.
Yeah. My apologies.
Oh dear. So I can't actually see anyone or anything apart from Athesta at the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move myself so I can actually see what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't mean I can actually do anything to anyone.
Yeah. That's a bit out.
Do you have no ranged attacks?
I do. I have a 30-foot attack. Unfortunately, 30 foot will get me to about there.
Ah.
Use harsh language.
What are you going to do? Use harsh language?
I could use mockery. Is it vicious mockery?
Question. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it wouldn't matter anyway because if you're seeing anyone, they're probably on a hill. But you can still take the shot. It would just be at disadvantage.
Okay. The thing is, it says that you can throw the sword up to 30 feet.
Oh,
And it can move up to 30 feet again twice and then come back to you, or attempt to come back to you.
right.
So,
It's still the sword. Okay.
yeah. I don't
It's
have a bow
interesting.
or anything, but yeah.
Okay.
So let's have a quick look at my bio. So, true strike.
You do have a spell that puts people to sleep.
It's true, yes.
And next to a cliff edge, that might be pretty
Uh-huh.
hilarious.
And that has 90-foot range, so
Well,
That would easy to do it.
yeah. So
And also, it allows to capture one alive.
Yep.
it's true.
well.
Depends how far. Depends how tall the cliff is.
Farid.
Yeah, there would be some serious fall damage going on. We'll see.
Oh, it just falls backwards. Should be
No,
fine.
it's Skyrim style, just rolling down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. So if they've got under 21 points, that person goes to sleep.
Yes, they.
That's any creatures within range. Of
Yep.
it's 5d8 you roll, and that tells you the total number of hit points of creatures
Yeah.
it can affect.
Right, so basically, 21, she's got. Oh no, she's got 75 points.
What?
She's got 75 hit points.
So I need to roll 5d8, don't I?
Yeah.
It's rolled.
It's rolled. It says
All right.
73.
So basically, is it within a certain range?
Yeah. there's-
Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order
5,
Oh.
10,
of their
15.
current hit points.
That's nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's 20
Yeah,
feet.
my apologies. Yeah, so that other archer would probably still be alive, but we'll say she's dead. Forgot they were.
Sleep.
They were
Sleep.
quite. Yeah. So yeah, you cast your spell, and she sort of kind of shakes it off, and nothing happens. Okay, Athesta Tremble, you sort of need to do some damage or run away.
Okay, so she's got 75 hit points and she's shook off a sleep spell.
Yeah.
Could I cast blindness on her?
Yeah, why not?
It would then basically negate. Well, she couldn't see us, so she can't attack us.
Yeah.
And also it allows us to bag her, basically.
Okay, yep.
Probably have to get your spell DC correct
Okay,
Yeah.
first, then.
so the distance is for this is 30 feet, so I need to basically move within 30 feet of her.
Oof.
Well,
That's a
you can
stretch.
try and work. I'm not sure if you. I think I've put you in charge of everybody's things, Ben. So if you can go into his thing and fit her around
No
Yeah.
probs.
if needs be.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
she's 90
It's-
feet away.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna back off a bit. Okay.
Go. Use your action to go into cover. I'd say
Oh,
because
I
if she
already-
can.
I already am in cover.
No. Like use your action to hide. So then she has to do a perception check to spot you.
Okay, well,
If you hide, that's your action. But yeah, whichever.
okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's able to do it sort of as a bonus action because that's the rogue,
Yeah.
rogue cheat strats. We get
I'm glad you guys know what you're talking about. 'Cause I-
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna basically, I'm moving back to where the first body fell, hugging the cliff.
To be
on
fair, that
myself.
definitely would probably give you more than half cover if you're sort of like behind the cliff. That would either be 3/4 or full. 3/4 is 5 AC bonus.
13
So yeah,
plus
so
attack.
I'm basically going behind the cliff and casting mage armor and just like, okay, I'm gonna come back to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, would have to go through the cliff.
Yeah. Okay.
And while I'm there, can I see what killed that first person? Why did this?
that would be another action, I think, for you to
Fair
try to
enough,
investigate and stuff.
I did wonder.
You can search the bodies if you want and stuff. Okay, but Ben, you're up. Steel guard,
Okay.
do some clobbering.
Oh, yeah.
Non-lethal. You just hear from the bush.
I never heard the word before. So
In the dictionary, it's got a little annotation. Not in your life.
I've literally never heard.
I honestly, I think actually potentially one of his backstory things is that he would. That some of you have ones that literally certain enemies won't sort of, you won't care. You're gonna kill because and these guys are traitors, so.
Yeah, my flaw is that my hatred of my enemies is blind and unreasoning. So I am just gonna kill these traitors.
Yeah, he hears you shout from the bush, and he just goes, "Aye, I'll do that," and then starts lobbing up heads.
Just gives me the thumbs up and then ready to swing.
Yeah. So I'm holding my battle axe, my +2 magic battle axe called Legacy, two-handed, which gives me D10 damage if I hit, and I'm swinging it at the first dude. Oh, not great. 14 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Wonderful. And I do 14 damage with it.
And that is a dead dude.
Bifurcated bike.
Just the head pops off, turn around back to Kijo, thumbs up.
Yeah. Do you have multiple actions, or
I can do 2 attacks with as a normal action. I can do 2 attacks.
Yep.
24 to hit.
Yep. That's
Doing
definitely
13 damage.
Is that a swing attack? Is it multiple damage to 2 people, or is it just a single person?
2 separate attacks. So 1 to one guy, head comes off, swing it round to another guy, 13 damage.
13 damage, and he is dead. Disemboweled and then decapitated with his mate.
Now I have the option now to an action surge and do that again. Bonus action.
just Cage just going.
Just chop
ready
into the dead
to
body.
swing.
Go on and check him, Kijo. Might be alive still. I'm not gonna waste my action surge on this little guy because come on, look at him.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Just give him a wink.
Next turn, I'll have a chat to him. I'll put my axe down and have a little man-to-man chat with him.
Okay. Well, he's going to swim back. And let's do the thing. And he misses. Of course, he's literally just poking you with it, and you're taunting him now. He's shit scared. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm going to stop the combat there because we've all had a bit of a thing. So I'm going to stop the combat there. So what happens is we will. I'll try and get this whole map. In fact, I can just do this and turn off. Easier. Wonk. Bonk.
Ah.
Okay, so this is. Turn this off. But dunk. So what happens is if I can get this thing up. Apologies. Reinforcements come in. You literally are faced by a full company of soldiers with officers and support. Your initial sort of successes have buoyed you forward, and you literally come up against a wall of soldiers, ex-traitors and things. That you suppose they are, because obviously they look familiar and similar armor, etc. The battle's hard. You take multiple wounds each, near death, but due to finding healing potions on some of the bodies, and some med. I think one of these has a healing touch. I think Darnian might have healing touch. You're able to keep each other alive and get through it all. You literally fight through easily 100 guys this day, to the point where you, and I'm not going to delete everybody up, but so you go over here, badunk,
Yep.
badunk, and you see in the distance a knight jumping on his horse and making way with his retinue.
I could cast slow.
And
on this horse. Could I cast slow on this horse?
he gets away.
Okay.
He gets away. But two of the retinue are sort of, one's fumbling with his horse and trying to get on, and the other one's sort of just on it. So if you want to try something now,
Taking a shot at the horse.
yeah,
Cast
might be
slow
your
on the
best.
horse.
Which one are you going for? I'm going for the other. I point at a high horse and go, taking it. So I will go for. I'll go for that one.
Right,
Oh, shoot.
guys, can't see on the thing, my boy.
That one. Let's go. Nope, that's short sword.
Short
Ooh.
bow. And
That's
you're shooting,
24.
you're shooting at the horse.
The horse, because I want to slow him down.
Okay,
We
so you
need
hit the
someone.
horse. You evil bastard. How much damage do you do?
16.
Yeah, that's enough. He basically, the horse rears up after being hit in the flank, and throws one of the retinue off, who falls to the ground. The other guys get away as you try to sort of chase after them. So you've basically got this solitary guardsman who you promptly surround. Okay, what's
Yep.
next? What's next, chaps?
Okay, retrieve one of the arrows that's stuck in me and wave it and basically wave it under his nose. Going, I think you're going to tell me exactly what's going on, aren't you?
Well, what do we know about these bandits? Are they an organized group under a leader? Do we know?
All you
are they part of the
currently
faction?
all you currently know is that you recognize their sort of their garb. Some of them have their coats sort of turned inside out, so they're not obviously associated with their regiment again. But you know that they are of the same sort of army that you fought in.
Okay. Is he lying on the ground now, or is he standing up?
He's sort of dazed, but he's standing up.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I grab his sort of like collar and just pull him down to my height?
I want you to do now, I'm mindful about your trait, and you're not really that.
I'm keeping an eye on him. I saw what he did to the last three.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm sort of getting at and stuff. So,
I'm kind of there with my hand on his shoulder and say, he will gut you.
okay.
Well, we just killed 100 men.
he's
I mean-
covered in blood.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
literally
we're all
soaked in blood. But the
covered.
thing is, you're covered in blood and you're tired, and this guy means very little to you. So, can you? I want you to roll initiative just to see who's talking first and stuff. Because if Ben's first, there's a chance he might kill him before any of these talk to him.
Okay, so initiative roll.
I got a 20.
20.
Oh, wow.
I've got 20.
Okay, everyone. Wow.
Everybody else got So, Mark.
Time's on my side.
One sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that I know how to select the token and do that now.
Okay, so you're all.
I will do. We do my initiative in a second. I've just had to reload the page because it decided it didn't want to let me switch back from spells.
Okay.
I promise I won't kill him. Oh, sorry. That wasn't my intention. I won't kill him. I can hold on to my hatred for a second while we get more information.
Yeah.
I will probably kill him once we have the information we need. I can hold it in check.
Are
for
you?
a few
You're not
minutes.
saying this very loud, are you?
Yeah, it's decided that I don't actually get to roll anything. It seems to think I'm not logged in or attached to the character.
Okay. That's bizarre. Okay, well, let's leave it for now. Okay, so...
Well, why don't I stand and look threatening then?
yeah,
I
okay.
believe him. No, it's just my
Because-
insight's 6. I believe you.
So basically, Durnian, you're on. So everybody's 20, effectively, bar Thessus. So,
25.
Kijo, you are Steel Guard's sort of keeper. So you can basically talk to the guard first.
Well, didn't Peter get to 25?
Did you get? Oh, yes, you did, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go first then. Yep.
Okay, basically, I just kind of stand in front. So basically, there's no axe swings in the way. And just smile politely at him and use a little cantrip, which makes a shadow move by itself. And just really unsettle him and just get him to talk.
Okay, so what do you want to ask him?
Okay, who are you? What are you doing here? And who was that knight I just left?
The name's Jones, Private Jones. I'm just a retinue. I'm just his retinue. I know.
Don't tell him your name, Jonesy.
I'm just the retinue. I don't want any trouble. I just want to go home to my family.
And who was that man that just left? The knight.
I can't tell you. You'll kill me.
Okay, you can tell us, because otherwise we're going to let our friend say hello to you with his big axe.
Roll me intimidation. So an intimidation.
Okay. Do we get bonuses for the fact?
Well, I'll give you a bonus, but I want Ben to see. I want to see how intimidating he's looking at this moment.
Okay.
The thing is, I did it with Russell, but he had arrows sticking out of him, and then.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Ben is so hyped up on the battle and covered it looks ridiculous. He looks so he looks like a clown.
I've got like a bogey.
Yeah,
on my nose. I was like,
he actually cheers up the guard. He's so amused by you're sitting there going, or else, and you look at the dwarf who's standing there looking like an absolute muppet and just kind of
Basically, it's like that my 4-year-old having a tantrum.
I'm like, I choke on my own spit as I'm like trying to grab.
and he goes, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. He'll kill
Bad
me.
example.
He'll kill me.
Okay then, 5-ball it is then.
I think our friend here. He really doesn't understand the gravity of this situation, and I'm going to take from my backpack a broken dagger, so a trophy taken from a fallen foe, I think it's called, in the inventory, and just kind of flip it absentmindedly in my hand and go, this is the only thing I have left of the last guy that crossed me, and I just helped battle my way through countless number of all of you nameless people, and we really want this information, so tell us what we need to know and I won't use it to gut you.
Okay, roll intimidation.
Please. What is it? No.
It.
Hey.
He's still amused. He's still super amused by the.
Twigs in my hair.
He's still super amused by Ben, and you sort of flipping it. You sort of flip your knife, and then it drops to the ground. So he's just like, what the? He's sort of confused because he saw you guys kill a lot of people, but you're acting like absolute idiots right now. So he's just a bit. He's just look.
With the C team.
Yeah, he'll just go. He says, "Look, fellas, if you promise to let me go, I'll tell you."
We
I promise
promise.
I'll let you go.
So if I do a persuasion check and say I promise, then we don't really necessarily need to be bound by it because you might not know I was lying.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I'm
That'd be a
I'm not
deception
touching
Bear in mind, you are lawful neutral. So, Okay.
Okay.
Persuasion, yeah, okay. He's persuaded. He's all right. Okay. All right. his name's Captain Byron. He used to be a member of the Morning Star Order. We were in a battle, and loads of us got killed, and we just went, fuck that, we're not doing this anymore. So Byron took us all up and decided that we were just going to live our own lives, do what the hell we wanted, no consequences, just do what we wanted. And he promised us sort of freedom, no orders anymore, no death, just doing this.
Didn't seem to work out. Oh, sorry. Didn't seem to work out for you, though, did it?
He looks ashamed, and he says yes.
Where can we find this Byron?
He okay, yeah. He produces a map. He says you've got a map. He's like, you definitely, you've promised me. You're the fortunate six. You're not going to kill me. You promised me you're not going to kill me.
This is the face of someone that would lie to you.
Yeah, I promise you I won't kill you.
Okay.
I promise I won't.
I won't kill you.
I'm saying nothing.
Hence the wording and the 22.
Okay.
The hand on the shoulder.
He hands you over a map, and what you see is, if I can, I don't even think I've got the actual map, but what you've got is effectively this, but, and if I can move this out of the way, and you've got a circle around, get that out of the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, both of them. I move this thing.
What is that exactly?
What
is that?
That, if we can, actually I need to move it across so people on the screen can see it. So basically, this is a little town. It's called Waterside, and basically what you have is in text, and I'll not write it out, but in text it says rally point, use a staging point, raid for supplies, and that's it. So basically, they're going to rally here and use it as a supply base, obviously raiding the town in the process.
Yeah.
It's a staging area then for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where it is, and then we're going to flash forward. So actually, no, we're not going to flash forward. Before we leave, is there anything else you want to do in this area?
Check out the mysterious dead bodies.
I want to move into the officers' quarters to see if there was anything left behind specifically by the man in charge.
Okay.
I'm going to execute this deserter.
So I'm just going to
Now you'll give him a head start.
I'll give him a head something.
You promised him. I will, depending on what. So you've walked off, Daniel.
I said I wouldn't kill him.
Well, we'll do it in order. So he's last anyway. So, Pete, what are you up to next? What are you doing?
I want to have a look in where I can find of the leader's quarters, and see if you can find any plans or further information about his background.
So you're going in with Kiju, yeah, okay. So you are going in there as well. What about you, Mark?
I'm going to go over and have a look at those bodies that mysteriously killed.
Okay, you're over there. And that just leaves the dwarf with
We said we wouldn't kill him
with the thing.
Looking nervous yet?
Yeah. And make a hit roll at advantage.
Well, I say to him first, Jones, I find you guilty of the sentence is death.
But you promised me you wouldn't kill me. Help!
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll a attack with advantage, because he's just like sitting there. 22 and 23.
Yeah, you with one healthy swing, you lob his head off, and he drops down dead.
No hard feelings.
The Private Jones is now a pool of blood on the ground with a
And shorter.
sans head. Yeah, shorter.
I'd like to search Mr. Jones for anything further that would help us.
Okay, you just you find a picture of his mother.
Yeah, I'll take that and keep that.
He's got he's got a few coins. Nothing of
I'll take the coins. That'll go
major
pay for the widow's
inference.
fund.
Yeah. He's given you basically the map. Who had the map, by the way? Who's got the map?
I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the map. Okay. So, and that's it, really.
Yep.
Who's up next?
Do we want to let the bard before we bard off in his own adventure? I'd say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Investigate those corpses.
Oh.
So you're investigating the one that fell. One of the ones that fell off the cliff.
Yep. So
Yeah.
taking a quick check of the second one because he's the one closest to me.
Yep. Perception. Yeah. You're very perceptive, and you see that there's a massive arrow sticking out of his chest.
That was I can say I'd have to be really perceptive to see that.
Yeah, you completely see that. You see a big arrow just sticking out of his chest.
Do I recognise the arrow?
It's standard issue sort of arrow for your order. Yeah, so it's
Right through.
okay. Anything else?
Not unless I want to start running around a bit more, but I don't know if that's something I can do at the moment or.
Yeah, well, there's no actions at the minute. You can just kind of do
That's
what
cool.
you want and stuff. So, like, you're kind of off doing things at the same time as they're doing things. So, we can. So
Let's have a look at the other one.
yeah. Same
Not quite so
again.
good.
You pull him over and there's a broken arrow. It's in his chest.
Yeah, at this point in time, I apparently am a little bit tired from climbing up the cliff.
You don't see any arrows, but you do see that the neck has been cut.
Okay. Die bar. Oh well, so I'll wander back to the main area now, having had a little bit of a chat with the dead.
Okay. Guys in the tent.
Right. So we're just going to start looking around. So that would be investigation. Now, Pete, do you want to do this with separate roles, one from you and one from me, or do you want one to aid the other so it's essentially
Yeah,
advantage?
aid each other so it's advantage.
Okay, so do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? I've got 6 because I've got
I've got basic investigation. I've got no bonuses. Space 4.
Okay, in which case nat 20.
Wow.
Wow.
You look around and there's papers and the things have obviously gone in a hurry. There's a map of the area. You find another map which is effectively similar to the one that you were given by Jones. You find a stash of gold underneath his sort of cot, and a sort of like quite ornate looking glass.
Okay.
Okay. Pocket the looking glass and the coins. Divvy that up later.
So yeah. Okay, make sure you stick that in your inventory and stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Is there anything like inscribed in the looking glass? Is it?
No, it looks like something that has been stolen from one of the raids. It's just a very, very good looking sort of gold gild around, sort of very ornate, with a handle looking glass.
Yeah, definitely keeping that.
Encumbrance?
Okay, right, so...
Can I ask Dernian what he saw? What he found out about these bodies?
Yeah, if you want to.
It's easy enough. The two that fell down had arrows sticking out of their chests,
Aye.
and the one that didn't fall down had been ventilated from one side of his throat to the other.
Did you see
One
any
quick
of
question.
it?
if they were from the chest, as in from the front,
Mm-hmm.
and they were facing towards us,
Yep.
so shouldn't we have seen arrow flights over our heads?
Unless the arrow came through from the back.
Did
Well, that would have been in the back then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
You said
true.
I was in the chest.
You said it was sticking out of the chest.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask if it was the flight or the
Shaft.
actual head.
Yeah.
While you're just bear with me 1 minute. While you're doing that, bear with me 1 minute. Where is it? There we go. I think this is where we want to be.
Oh.
Ugh.
Right. So the battle is a flashback. You're currently arguing about this in a tavern within Waterside, where you've made your way.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So basically, you were talking. You've been talking to the innkeeper's wife about the whole thing, and you're saying you're trying to figure out about the arrow. So you're sitting there, kind of going, well, they must have come from behind us. So roll me. What do we need? Roll me a perception check.
I suck.
15.
Quite low.
Needed 19.
Mark, Pete, Dan, you're all pretty sure that, like Dan, you're sure it was you. You think, I shot those arrows, that's the only explanation for it. Pete's like, yeah, that's probably right, to be honest. Mark, you agree. Steelguard, you're a bit more unsure. Like, you're pretty sure that they came from beside you, but it doesn't make sense because Daniel's character was I can't even remember his bloody name. What is Keijo? Yeah, was on the other side of you.
Facing the wrong way.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. But you sort of agree with them with the rest of them. Yeah, it must have been Keijo because he's the only one with an arrow, bow and arrow.
There was something else as well that bothered me about it.
Say it again.
There was something else that bothered me about it as well. I was just saying I was just saying a journey in here. I mean, you said that the one on top of the cliff in front of you got the neck ventilated, but did you know anybody do it?
Durnian, roll me a perception check again. Durnian, he's pretty sure he did it. He's pretty sure when she ran at him, he just sort of flicked out with his singing sword and cut her neck.
Okay.
And obviously you didn't see it, Ben. So Steelguard. So you're just sort of, yeah, all right. That makes sense. Okay. Let's.
Cool. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see it, and he basically told you that he's sort of cut your neck. So she's come towards him. The cut of the neck is in the front of the neck. He's basically said he must have sort of flicked her with his sword,
And sliced.
and sliced her neck open.
But he went to sort of check the bodies and go, oh, what a surprise! The neck's been cut.
Yeah. Well.
Must have been me.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's
fair enough.
he's not really in his mind. He's just sitting there going, yeah, I must have done it. It just sort of. No, he's not even. I must have done it. I did do it. He says, I've killed this person.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So. Okay. So. You've heard from about guard captain, and you've petitioned. You've basically been talking to the innkeeper's wife there, and so she says, so why is it here, sirs, that you're in Waterside?
The views.
The views. Oh, it is. It's very beautiful around here.
Taking a wee bit of leave.
A wee bit of leave. Yeah. Sada, you don't want to mention the.
But we don't want to mention it to the barmaid. We
Yeah.
want to tell it to the person in charge so that they can organise the police to
Yep. Okay.
get
So
everyone.
you need to find who's. So basically, it's a this area would have like a mayor or a lord or something like that. So
Constable.
say that again.
Yeah.
Constable, maybe.
Yeah, or constable. Yeah.
Or militia of some kind.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So who do you want to ask her about it?
Yeah, just sort of casually go, oh, by the way, we don't want to alarm anyone that, we're in town, and but obviously sort of point to my bow.
Report to our superiors.
Yeah, we would like to sort of like make sure that we tell the right people that we're not here to cause any trouble, any scene, and ease any tensions that other people may have from people walking around armed like we are, with swords and bows and all the like. I mean, not entirely sure how much traffic you get in this area with people are armed, not necessarily to the teeth, but
Who's in charge here?
Yeah. Who's in charge here? It's my husband. He's sort of he runs the place. He runs this
No,
place.
I mean the town, not the fucking tavern.
She looks a bit sort of blankly. She's not actually sure. She's like, I guess the militia, but she's not sure. Why. You can see she's sort of trying to work it out in her head. It's like
Can we speak to your husband, maybe? Could we
yeah.
speak to someone else?
Before she gets her husband, she says, look, you boys have come in here and you're covered in blood, and you're talking to me about bandits just up the road.
who said anything about bandits?
We didn't say anything about bandits.
You've literally regaled her with your entire battle.
Can we come straight here?
Yeah, you've
From
literally.
where?
You've-
And we've not washed.
Well,
And it's been a while. We must be reeked.
Yeah, you've literally
God.
walked it. You've come in, and it's not like you're covered in blood. You've got like flecks on your armor and stuff. You're not going to have had time to sort of clean up everything and stuff. So she's a bit
We
worried.
picked
She's
up
just
the
like,
one mage without prestidigitation.
and she says to you, she says, look, you need to tell us if something's going on here. You need to tell us that if there's any issues, because this is my town, and I've got family here, and we really sort of we need to know so we can sort of prepare ourselves.
Bard, explain.
Basically, she knows about the combat. You've talked to her about Byron escaping. You might have let slip about the town as well within the conversation when you were, because you think about it. You've been drinking as well. You're arguing about sort of arrows and things. You're not really thinking about what you're saying. So
It's kind of one of those things where you talk first and realize, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that.
You've had a very long sort of, it's quite late. You've got in. You've started drinking. The dwarf has sort of been going on about how many men he's killed, in sort of, he's literally counting them down and sort of explaining to her in great detail how he's decapitated people and stuff like that. The bard is sitting there sort of kind of playing sort of music on his lute, and you've wound down a bit because of that, and she's an attractive lady. You've sort of let your guard down slightly, and you haven't given her the whole thing, but you have mentioned enough for her interest to be sort of completely spiked, and she knows something's going on. So she's basically she's appealing to your honor as soldiers to tell her the truth.
I'm going to check Byron's personal map that he left behind that we picked up from the quarters. Is there anything in regards to dates or times, or does it literally just say soon?
It says within the next couple of days.
Okay, in which case, I'm going to turn to the guys and just wave the thing and go, full honesty, because I think that's going to be probably the best way to get us through this quickly.
Well, yes,
No.
with the caveat.
No, not full honesty. We do not want to cause panic.
Well, I think we could appeal to her ego a bit.
And she stops you before Steelguard can say anything. She snatches the map out of your hand, and she looks at it, and she's like,
Well, shit.
She's like, this map's blank.
What?
What the fuck are you doing? Is this whole thing being a joke?
No, hold on,
This is blank. You've come in here. You've told me all these stories. Oh, these lies. You're soldiers. And she gets super upset and she crinkles it up and she throws it at you and she storms off into the back room.
Odd.
Everyone else can read this, right?
Yeah.
Just sort of unfurling it in front of anyone.
The
Everyone
husband
else.
comes over and he's just like, What are you doing? I would have expected more. I would have expected more of the Fortunate Five. How could you have done that?
Did we lose one? I thought we were the
Yeah,
Magnificent
six.
Six.
And there's 4 of us. Who's the other guy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whoops.
Are you saying is
We don't speak
I would have expected more of the Fortunate Five. Why would you have done this? Why and he's getting quite angry with you. So
We need to speak to the militia.
no,
Yeah.
do you want to calm the guy down, or you just want to leave?
Yeah.
Just
Let's
we need to
go.
speak
I'll
to
just
the
try and
militia.
calm him down a little bit
Okay,
and explain to him that we're not sure why. Ooh, that was sucky.
I'll give you I'll give you advantage on it and think he's just sort of because he knows you and he's heard stories about you and he knows that he's had similar people within the bar drunk. He sort of he does calm down a bit and he's just like, look, if that story is true, then it's not very good for us. If it's not, it's a very bad joke. Either way,
Does it look like we're joking?
either way, you're all quite drunk and stuff, and you've upset his wife, so he's like, he thinks it must be because you must be drunk. And he's just like, look, there's rooms upstairs. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome for the service you've done to our land.
Thank you.
But I will expect you to apologise to my wife tomorrow, first thing. And then
I put it in my hands and so I'd like to do that now if that's okay.
Look, and he's just like, look, no, just leave her be. She's upset.
All
Please leave her be. If you don't mind, this Festa, come over here, serve these boys. He gets you a round of more drinks, and he says, look, just I appreciate that things have been bad for you. You just don't, if that's a joke, it's it was about bad taste. And he sort of walks in to the back to sort of look after his wife.
Before we go, can I just apologise? Of course, we're very sorry, but do you know who runs this town?
He again. Actually, roll me another perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
Just me or everybody?
He just says he doesn't know.
I just before he leaves, he goes, I promise you it's not a joke, but obviously we will do this again in the morning. But to verify what's on this map, sort of like uncrinkling the paper, obviously we can apparently see something you can't see. Do you know anyone who does magic here who may be able to, I don't know,
Yes.
identify?
I was going to say, point to our wizard.
Hello.
I'm
And
drunk and I'm-
he kind of looks at the wizard and goes, he sort of shrugs his hand and sort of points at the wizard and sort of like, he's just like, you boys are drunk, and he takes himself off into the back room.
Right, let me have a look at that map, please.
That's a good point. Yeah, okay.
Can either you magic users tell if this is a magical map?
Can I Matt, may I examine the map, see if there's any magical traits about it?
Why don't we go to our room first and do? Why don't we go up to our rooms first and do this?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of a creepy
Service.
feeling about this place.
You don't want to have a sort of kind of mosey around the tavern or anything. You just want to go up to your room.
I think this map is. There's something about this map that we need to investigate first.
Well, it's just you've literally got a bar. It's it's quite well kept. It's not as busy as you would think it would be for that sort of for that day. I'm not up on my Dungeons and Dragons days, but effectively a Saturday night, and there's no it's not as busy as you thought. But there's a few people in there. You can see some of the town guard in the corner. There's some farmers. You can hear sort of music playing in the next room, which is obviously like a performance room, and that's it.
I want to just put forward that maybe the magic users, if they can identify if there's anything magical about the map, or if we need to outsource it to, I don't know, just sort of like a resident apprentice or someone in the area. There's usually someone researching magic. I'm not entirely sure. It may also be good to sort of like mingle down here just to see if A, anyone else has heard anything down here, or B, if there's someone drunk enough to let it slip that maybe someone's already here.
I plan to ask every single one of these gentlemen
little-
who's in charge of this goddamn town.
The mayor.
Of course.
Kedra just goes, oh,
Well, you
yeah.
could throw names. You know, who's the mayor, who's the constable, who's this. You know, different sort of things. There's two main rooms. Both have people in it. So there's the music room effectively, and the room you're in now, where the drinks are being served.
Well, should we stay together while our
Probably
wizard
wise.
detects looks at the map, and then we can always scoot off if.
Okay. Do you want to roll arcane or whatever? What do you want to roll? For?
Arcana.
Arcana, yeah.
You don't have the identify spell.
Or detect magic.
I've got a natural 20.
Yeah, it's a blank map.
Okay.
You
Well,
don't,
it's not
you don't feel, you don't sort of see, and it literally is just a blank map.
Maybe
But
it
we
was
can
magic
still-
to disappear after a while.
Okay.
So it's now magic. It's now blank to us. There's no.
Yeah, you see, actually, in fact, you see that the marking that was on the, sorry, I shouldn't have said it was blank. It isn't blank. It's just not circled around Waterside anymore. There's basically a marking around a town that's literally northeast of where your bastion is. So literally the whole way where you came back from, and just north of that, there's another town, and it's circled there.
Have they shifted their plans?
Question. This is one of the maps. This is Byron's maps. Can we check the other one?
Yeah, you can check the other one.
Yeah. Check both
Yeah.
maps.
Who's got that one?
Teacher.
No, I think the bard had it.
Byron's not that.
Bard.
The other bard.
I had
I
had Byron's.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I took
Um,
the map off the guy in when
Jones.
I convinced him for Jones.
Yeah. So you look at Jones's map, and it's exactly the same thing.
Okay.
So it seems to be updating automatically in regards to the change of their plans. Would that be fair to say?
So did the barmaid say this is blank? Or
Well,
did
she
the
said,
barmaid say,
sorry, she should have said,
Sorry,
I'm going to have to retron, and that's what retcon
Oh,
this,
that's
but
fine, no.
yeah, I'll retcon her thing. She basically kicks off because it doesn't show that Waterside's, under attack. It shows that it's somewhere completely off in another direction. The way you were talking and making it out, you thought, she thought it was there that was going to be sort of next, and it looks like it's
Okay.
somewhere completely else.
So it sounds like they must know that we've got the map and we are adapting and we're now here, but why would they change the plans when they know we already have the maps?
Yeah.
They're either sort of keeping to old channels and making sure that we're as far away from it as possible, or
wait, sorry.
creating a sort of falsehood
What dwarf?
so that
Yes.
we can't
What
bring
dwarf?
any.
Yeah. If they do still plan to attack here, if they do still plan to attack here, they might put a circle around another town, so we leave.
Yeah,
This direction.
Aye.
and now we've got no one to
But
ask.
how many days travel is it to the next town?
You're looking 3 or 4 days. There's a town north of you, slightly bigger town. it's sort of like a merchant town, which is like a 2 days ride. But you're looking 3 or 4 days to sort of go back the way you came.
This has been a wasted trip. I'm going to take the beer and go into the music room.
Okay.
I think I'm going to sign in.
So you're going to bed. You're going to bed. Daniel, what are you up to, man?
Listen in on the guards, see if they're speaking of anything they've seen on their shifts, like any bandit activity outside, whether or not they're keeping it quiet or if it's all quiet.
Okay, and what are you doing, Pete?
Okay, Estella's going to return to his bedroom and have some light time reading.
Okay, so you're both going to sleep. Okay, Ben, you go into the next room, and you notice there's effectively a band on stage fronted by sort of like a gnome bard who's sort of like, you know, fully going for it like this is Glastonbury, sort of, you know, he is rocking out on that stage and loving every moment of it. And the people in the room seem to be quite sort of you know, into it as well, so they're all drinking away.
I'm going to pull up a bench next to someone and sit down and enjoy the music. Maybe start up a bit of like conversation between songs.
Okay. Danny, you let's see. Are you going up to ask them questions, or are you trying to eavesdrop?
Eavesdrop, just so like pulling up a chair, grabbing my tankard, and leaning back, but keeping my ears open.
Okay. Roll me. What would eavesdropping come under? Perception again, is it, or
stealth?
Stealth.
For perception, I would imagine, just because it's sort of like to perceive.
Yeah. Okay. Give us a perception check then. 25.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
nice.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Yep. So you basically you hear their, you know, just general sort of chit chat about you know, what's going on. You sort of hear one of them sort of kind of talking a bit about bandits. You're like you don't fully grasp what he's saying, but he does mention bandits. You also hear one of the other ones talking about the crazy guy that they've got in the cells.
Oh, okay. Anything particularly on the crazy guy?
They're just laughing. He's completely bonkers. He's talking broken biscuits. And, you know, they're just sort of like, you know, making jokes about it. Nothing, they don't go into a lot of detail.
Fair enough. I mean, still something to go on. Okay. So there is bandit activity, and there's a crazy guy. Okay.
Okay. Ben, so the bard has just sort of, he's finished his last tune for this section of the night. He's sort of like, thank you, pick and harp. I've been Periwinkle. You know, you'd be awesome. And he sort of he steps down, gets himself the biggest tankard of ale, which looks even bigger compared to him. And he sits down beside you, sort of gives you this sort of look like of, you know,
it comes in pints.
Yeah, just praise me and how awesome I
I'll give
was.
a huge round of applause when he finishes. It's like a standing ovation. Like, oh, yes.
It's like, thanks, my mate. Thanks. Yes. Rock and roll business. It's great. Yeah. So it's just like, you enjoyed the night then. Yeah.
It's been a blinder.
It's covered in blood.
Are you from round here yourself, or you're just passing through?
Oh no. My mate, I'm from out of town. You know, I'm just like, you know, my name's Periwinkle. I'm the gnome bard, and I come in here. Play
I'm the dwarf fighter.
Yeah, play a few tunes, you know, and it's just all rock and roll business, my mate. It's all great, yeah.
That's good to hear that. Will you have a few drinks with me?
Yeah. Oh, I'm always up for drinks. Before you've literally finished to have a few drinks, he necks his sort of his full pint, and he says, and he's just like, Vesta, more beers from me and my dwarf friends. So you both start getting drunk together. Daniel, what are you up to now?
I think once it sort of like appears that I can't, the conversation seems to be circling, and I don't seem to be picking up anything particularly useful. I think what I'm going to do is, there's no one else in the main area. You said
well,
there was just
there's sort of like there's some farmers and some other things. Conversation wise, it's pretty mundane. There's not a lot going on. It's just sort of like general chit chat. Some of them aren't even talking. They're just sort of enjoying their drinks.
All right, I'll pop my head in to see what I can only presume is a drinking competition now happening between the dwarf and the gnome.
Do I see him? Do I see him do that?
No, he pops his head through the door, and you see a midget amongst dwarves. Just sort of like this picture of drunken noise as the dwarf and the gnome try to outdo each other, drink in a massive drinking session. He's taking one big swig of one. The gnome's taking one. There's lots of laughter. They're very much enjoying each other's company.
I'm just gonna have a quick scan of the room. Is there anyone else who seems to be like equally liberal with their booze, and do they happen to be a member of the guard?
No, you've got some like locals. They're all starting to leave now because it's late. So you've basically got a room that's clearing and two gentlemen getting very, very, very drunk in the corner.
Okay. I'll try and catch the dwarf's eye, and just to like make an indication, like I'm heading up. You okay? just like a.
Just point to him and go, Kijo, get in here, boy, get in here. Now you should see this lad fire a bow. He can shoot the wings off a fly. Kijo, you best get in there right now. I've got a drink with your name on it, son.
Do you want to carry on? Do you want to drink?
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Away.
Okay. You all spend the rest of the night with the bard, and he's sort of regaling you with the stories of all these sort of epic concerts that he's played. But they're all sort of small bars that some of them you've heard of, you've been in, and he's making them out to be these amazing sort of like thousands of people, when that some of them can only hold like 20 people and stuff. But you let him go with it because he's so amusing. So you just drink and you drink and you drink. And that's the last thing you used to remember. Okay. Okay. We can stop it here. We can carry on for an hour. It's up to yourselves.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
I'm down.
Yep.
I'm easy.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So next morning. Next morning.
I need boogie, guys. I'm really sorry.
Oh, right. Okay then.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No probs, man.
No, we
Okay.
did.
No probs. All right. Well, we'll have to call it there then. But
No problem.
some very exciting stuff is going to happen, chaps. Very exciting.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Night, guys.
Okay. Night, dudes.
Good
Thank you
night.
very much.
Take care of yourselves.
Okay. So we will play this whenever people are free next. I don't actually have my second session with the other team because it's like herding cats with that other group, and they're busy doing things. So whenever you're free, we can carry on. It will be the next day in this interesting adventure. But I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and
Definitely.
come back and we'll hopefully have another good session for you. So see you later.